So are you a personal trainer that struggles to get clients, or you struggle to keep the ones that you do get beyond a few sessions and you find yourself in that feast or famine situation? Well, if that's you and you'd like to change that situation, you're definitely in the right place, because in the next 8 to 10 minutes, I'm going to be sharing with you right here, without having to go to another page to put your name or email in and watch a webinar. I'm going to be sharing with you here 6 foundational pieces that can help you start to turn your business around. It's not a magic bullet, but these are 6 foundational things that will help you get to where you want to get to, and they'll transform you from this situation into a situation more like this, where you can attract clients that want to work with you for between 3 to 12 months plus. You'll be able to half your work time and increase your income. You'll be able to get paid when you're on holiday, which I know is a big deal for personal trainers. It was for me. You'll be able to put an end to losing money through rescheduling cancelled sessions or missed sessions. You'll be able to attract clients 24/7, 365 days of the year, and you'll be able to ditch the free and discounted PT sessions. Now, how do I know all of this, and how can I speak with such authority about this whole topic and how this is possible? Well, my name's Eric Simpson. I'm a personal trainer. I started off as a part-time personal trainer, going to people's homes, stuffing all the kit in the back of my Mazda 325, going after clients, training them, then off to the next client. I progressed from there to working in gyms part-time, eventually becoming a full-time personal trainer, and then going on to open up my own personal training studio. Got busy enough so I could employ other trainers. I now have moved from that situation to an online personal training offering, where I now work as a weight loss mentor as opposed to a coach, because of the way I've set my business up. So what I'll be sharing with you today, these 6 foundational pieces, are based on actual real life experience that have worked for me, but also worked for many of the trainers out in the sector. So what I'd recommend you do right now maybe is just pause this video, grab a pen, piece of paper so you can take the information down, and then when it's finished you can go away and take a look at it and compare it to what you're doing in your business right now. So here are the 6 foundational pieces. Here's number 1. Number 1 is about the niche. Now, what do I mean by the niche or the niche, depending upon where you come from? Well, if you look at the health and fitness market, we could break it down into lots of different areas of what people actually want and what we as personal trainers can provide. So it could be weight loss, it could be bodybuilding, it could be core conditioning, it could be sports conditioning, it could be any number of things that we could offer as personal trainers. Now, when I first started out as a personal trainer, I was offering a whole range of services, from Pilates, massage, personal training, strength and conditioning, sports specific movement. I was doing a lot of stuff and I really enjoyed it. It was really good fun. Here's the problem though, I spread myself so thin that I was having some success, but not the success that I really wanted in terms of the financial success. And it wasn't until I niched, and for me I went into the weight loss space, and there are reasons for that I won't go into in this training, but I went into the weight loss space, and when I did that, that's when I saw my business start to improve and get to a level whereby I was able to eventually have my own personal training studio and employ other staff, because I decided to niche down. Now, one of the pushbacks that trainers often give, and it's one that I had at the back of my mind, was, well, if I niche down, what about all of those other opportunities? And what I was really saying was, what about those missed payments I've been getting from other clients who I could work with in those other areas? Well, the reality was it was completely opposite. When I niched down, I earned more money. So that's something to think about for you. That's number 1, niching down. Number 2 is your message. And what do I mean by your message? Well, the information that you put out there to try and attract people to you into your business. And your message needs to have 3 clear components. So please write these down. Number 1, it first of all needs to call out a specific person, because let's just take again the weight loss market. There are lots of different types of people who want weight loss services in that market. It could be young kids, it could be young adults, it could be mums, it could be business professionals, it could be any number of people. So you need to be very clear about who it is you want to work with. So that's number 1, call that person out. In my case, it was busy professional women over 40. I was very clear about who I wanted to work with. So if a 20-year-old bodybuilder were to read that, they would go, that's not for me, which is perfectly fine. I wasn't geared up for working with 20-year-old bodybuilders. I could, but I didn't want to because I wasn't geared up for that. But if a woman who was a busy professional over 40 read that or heard me say something like that, they could identify with that immediately. So that's number 1. It needs to call that person out. Number 2, You need to deal with solving a specific pain point stroke problem that person has. You've got to have a pain point or a problem that you can solve. So for me, working with those busy professional women over 40, their pain point, their problem was they wanted to lose anywhere between 20 and 50 pounds plus, because that was causing them the pain. That was the problem. So that's 2 of the 3. And number 3, it's your promise. So my promise was, I will help you to lose 20 to 50 pounds plus without having to count calories, without having to exercise for hours every day, or without trying to be 100% perfect. That was my promise. So you need to weave into your message who it is you work with, what the problems are you solve, and what your promise is. Now that needs to be articulated whenever you put a marketing message out there. You may not hit all those points every single time, but you need to hit a combination of them, so anybody reading that can quickly identify and say, yep, that's for me, or no, that's not for me. So that's number 2. Number 3, your offer, your package. What are you going to put together to help these people solve this particular problem? And it needs to contain 3 specific things, plus some other little things, but here are the big 3 things it needs to contain. Number 1, how long is the program going to be? Is it 6 weeks, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months? How long is it going to be? Number 2, what's going to be included in your package? What are you going to actually offer these people? And number 3, how are you going to support your clients when you're not physically working with them so they can stay engaged with the whole process? Now, if you can do all of that and package it and get some visuals, when you sit down with the prospect and you explain to them, the length of your program, what's included, how you're going to support them when you're not working with them, and you can show them that visually, then you're turning an intangible service into something very tangible, something very real, and something they can look at and understand and buy into. And when you do that, don't be surprised if you don't get clients actually upgrading themselves. I've had clients who have recommended 3 months to, they've gone to 6. I've had clients who have recommended 6 months to, and they've gone to 12. I've got clients that have gone beyond 12 months now into their 3rd year of working with me. And that's all down to the power of having a really succinct package to solve a particular problem. So that's number 3. Number 4, your sales process. Now, please don't be frightened by the word sales. All we're talking about here is just having a set of specific questions that you ask clients based upon where they are on their client journey. So in other words, they've landed on your website, let's just say for example, they pick up the phone to give you a call. What are the sorts of questions you need to be asking them so that you can best qualify whether or not they are the right people for your program? So this isn't just about the client working out whether or not they want to work with you, it's also you auditioning them and working out if you want to work with them. Because if you get this wrong, it's not good for your business and it's not good for your bank account. If you get it right, then it's good for the client. They get a great result, great testimonials, which means you can attract more clients into your business and you make more money. So everybody's happy. So trying to wing it with just general questions, what you'll end up doing is just having random conversations that go on and on and on, and normally end with something like the client saying, you know what, I think about it and I'll get back to you. So have your sales process in place. Please don't wing it. And number 5 is your client attraction plan. How are you going to get people to be attracted to you and into your business? Now that can be a combination of offline and online, but you need to have a plan. You can be the best trainer in the world, but if nobody knows about you, you can have no clients, you have no business. You go back to doing what you were doing before you qualified as a personal trainer, which is what probably 80% of PTs do within about 6 months of qualifying, because they don't have these 5 things I've just gone through on the screen. So that's your client attraction plan. And finally, number 6 is your mindset. Surprise, surprise. Well, just like working with clients who we know need to have the right mindset to implement their eating protocols, their exercise protocols, their sleep protocols, if they don't have that mindset, then they're not going to get the result. And it's exactly the same for us as personal trainers. If we don't have the right mindset and we don't focus on implementing these things, then we'll go back to struggling to attract clients and struggling to keep those clients that we do attract beyond more than a few sessions. So we find ourselves in that feast and famine situation. Now, hopefully you found this of value to you. Hopefully you've made some notes. What I'd recommend you do now is you go back, you take a look at your business, and first of all, identify, are you doing these 5 things? Do you have a niche? Have you got a strong message? What's your offer like? Do you have a sales process? Do you have a client attraction plan? So first of all, identify, do you have those 5 things in place? Once you've done that, let's just assume you have all 5 in place, then score yourself out of 10. 1 being poor, 10 being excellent. Me personally, I work between a 6 and an 8. When I'm really on it, I'm about an 8, occasionally a bit above, but generally 8's the top end for me. And when I'm not so much on it, I'm down to about a 6. But staying within that range enables me to be able to attract a certain number of the right sort of clients that I can turn into clients. And because of the way I've set my business up, I don't need to be attracting a lot of clients because my retention and the time they sign up with me for is so long. Normally it's between 6 and 12 months. I don't find myself worrying at the start of every month thinking, where am I going to get my next clients from? So hopefully that's been of value to you. As I said, if you do want more in-depth training on this, where I go into some examples, I provide some specific templates for you, all free. There'll be a link around this video. You can click on that link and you can watch that extra training, which will give you some more in-depth information and again take you to a whole new level. I can guarantee you now, 80% of personal trainers out there will not know what this list is, which is why 80% of personal trainers go back to doing what they did before they qualified as personal trainers, because they don't have these foundational pieces in place. And if you are struggling right now to attract clients and keep them, it's my guess that you're not doing these things on screen. And if you think you can get away with just doing 1 or 2 of them, you are mistaken. You need all 6 of them in place in order to build a successful, solid and stable business where you're getting the right clients, you're getting the right results, and you're being paid well for it. So again, if you want more training, find the link around this video, click on it, and I'll take you even deeper and take you to an even higher level. Hope you've enjoyed it. Take care and bye for now.